da 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 la la da 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 da. My friends. Once upon a time, I went on a little journey. If you've been here before, you've heard it all before. But let's recap anyway. How do they put it in TV land? Previously, on a dark, cold night. It started so long ago, lifetimes ago, timeless ages ago. Walking with my feet bare along green grass down a road made of stone and dirt. No, just beside the road. The grass is softer and it feels better on my feet. I wore robes of some white, light and gentle fabric, and the softness felt nice on my skin. The wind was chilly and the sun was setting and a little warmth remained there. And I saw, in the distance, just down the road, a tower. A tower that had no doors and was crumbling, ancient, mysterious, alluring. I can't say why, but I climbed its rubble and found a way in. And what I found in there was a monstrous being, death incarnate, pale and grinning and wearing all black. I had set him free somehow, and he wrapped me up in his arms and made me into whatever he was. Death followed me where I went too. I destroyed, I fought against my nature, I leaned into my nature. I did what I did, and I realized that behind it all was a writer who just wanted to be free through me. I found my way to her. I told her my story. She put me in a little basement in her city. I tried to be good, but she didn't know what that meant. I fought my monstrous death angel who created me. I defeated him, then I disappeared. Sometime later I awoke again in a forest. This time I was a green and growing thing. No longer a thing of death, but a creature of creation indeed, where sprouts and flowers and fruits grew from me, and wherever my foot fell. Not only that, sometimes a vengeful and prideful forest god. You see, it was the pandemic, and my little writer couldn't really go outside very much, and she learned to prize trees very dearly. And she wanted no more death or destruction, so here I was, a lovely and hideous green thing in the woods, working magic. And my love turned into fire because he burned with guilt. He was very kind and very sweet. I think she realized I deserved that. I'm grateful. And then she had me return to the city, a bloody and fleshy thing, and she crawled up and out of my mouth, shaking and newborn. And I guess I stopped being interested in differentiating between she and I. Even now, I don't really know how to put it. It's easier to talk about me that way, sort of divided like that. And then I woke up on another road headed to another tower. No, a castle this time. And now I had no body. It was easier to be both of us that way, without one. It comes back sometimes it doesn't. I just wanted to be rid of it, you see. I wanted to be a ghost, not in a morbid way, I wanted to be free and flying in the castle. And my love was a sweet and mysterious and formless muse there, too. Perhaps his truest form, but still not quite right. Never quite right. And even the castle became too stifling, even though it could change at will. Even though the rooms grew and morphed and disappeared, and I went to forests and cemeteries and libraries and museums and gardens and outer space. It was still restricting. I can't explain how. I thought getting out of my body would help, but I don't know. The body was never the problem. I think it's the mind. And so I, she, we, never mind I, never mind. And so a black hole came and began to swallow up the castle. Me, you, all the stories, everything. It sounds nihilistic and dreadful, but it's not. It's making room. It's making space. It's making clarity. For what? For... I don't know. Anyway, we're up to speed now. So I thought that's what I wanted. The black hole to come eat everything up so that I could see truth. Once upon a time, I went on a little journey, and that's where the journey took me. Nowhere. To nothingness. I thought I might have a mighty conversation there, at the heart of everything. Of nothing, I mean. I saw my stories come up. Little characters having little interactions with each other. Fighting, loving, speaking, playing, arguing. And they took everything so very seriously. And everything was so very important to them. Like myths, stories, long baked and brewed in our minds of heroes, villains, loves, friendships, betrayals, battles. Take your pick of any god or goddess or demon or angel or whatever you like. Take your pick of a story. You know all the stories. You don't need me to tell you them, really, do you? There are so many. Pick one. There. Good choice. I saw it, too. I saw them all. I saw so many stories at the heart of nothing. The characters so real, it seemed. So emotional, so invested. Then they all turned and faced me at the same time, and grinned, and removed their masks to reveal nothing behind those faces. Story after story I tried to revisit. Movies, fairy tales, events in my life, little dramas, the play I saw last night, the meeting I had at work, that sad childhood memory. Whatever it was, the characters stopped the drama partway through and looked at me with a wink and a grin and removed their masks. Do I have one too? But my body was gone. Nothing to even put a mask on. That's the problem. That's what the real problem with this journey that has led me to this black hole that has eaten up everything. This is the problem with chasing nothingness. I couldn't find my heart. It, too, was gone with my body. And that frightened me. Give it back, give it back, I lamented. I've made a terrible mistake. I want my heart back. I want to feel it again. But then I realized that there are no mistakes. Not here at the heart of nothing. I've been trying to fall for so long. I've tried to write time and time again about falling into nothing. I meditate and try to find nothing. And I forgot about things like the singing of the birds in the trees, the smell of the lavender growing on my balcony, the way that a purring cat feels when it sleeps on my chest, the sound of a loved one's laughter. Once upon a time, I let a black hole eat everything up, including all of that. There are terrible things, too, that part of me wants to forget. Painful things, sad things, awful things in the world. But I don't really want to forget them either. If a black hole came and ate everything up, it wouldn't undo what's been done. Just the evidence of it. We can't have that either. All the characters with their masks, winking at me somehow without eyes, were deception. I have been thinking about how sometimes we call the devil the deceiver, and I have been wondering what that must mean, because I don't really believe in that kind of devil. The one that's kind of just a guy who's out there looking to get us. I have had a voice inside me telling me that everything is all wrong, everything is all broken. I am all broken up, and I need to fix my life, and me, and everything I'm doing and planning and living needs to be worked on, and molded and fixed and torn down and recreated, and torn down and recreated, and torn down and recreated, and torn down and recreated. Like a tower, like the tower, like an ancient tower, like a castle, like an imaginary haunted tower, like a little cottage in the woods, like a white-tiled basement, like a house under a tree, like a lighthouse on a skerry, like a little home on a cliffside, like a temple under the sea. Like everything that disintegrated in that black hole I treasured so much. There is a voice that tells me it is all never enough, or never good enough, or not enough at all, and I must keep doing, keep changing, keep remaking, keep destroying. I think that's the deceiver. That's the devil in me that prevents me from loving what is. I don't want it all to get eaten up. I don't want to disappear. Not while there is still a dirt path and a crumbling tower and bare feet and soft grass and a warm sunset and singing birds and the smell of lavender and purring cats and laughter and ones to love. Perhaps when all of it ends, I will end. But until then, I don't know if I ought to be so focused on disappearing. This is why I came back to the city, bloody and newborn. This is why the tower keeps coming back, no matter how many times I break it down. This is why my beloved returns again and again and again, different each time. This is why I, that is, keep going back to the balcony. Why I will persist for 26 more episodes and who knows what after that. Not to keep changing it and breaking it and fixing it and faking it, but because I love it. There's something I need to do. Something that's not here, but there. Once upon a time, I went on a little journey. It happened when the black hole finally closed in. I've been teasing it for ages and now it's done. It came, all gone, yum yum yum, spaghettified narrator. I was a little afraid that maybe I would just stop. Maybe that would be it. The end. No more walking or dreaming, nothing. Gone, gone, gone. But I found that, actually, it is more like gone, gone, gone beyond, gone utterly beyond. I am standing on green grass near a road made of dirt and stone. The grass is soft under my bare feet. It is a little chilly in the light, white robes I am wearing. The sun is almost done setting, and I see in the distance the place where I must go. Back to the start, back to the beginning. I must go. I say, I see it in my heart. I am wearing heavy black pants and a big black sweater and warm woolly socks as I sit on my balcony. The sun has almost set. It rained and the petrichor is so sweet. I want to cry. The lavender there is the smell of lavender. I don't remember that from last time. I really never stopped to think about what it smelled like here before. But I think it must have rained. It's so sweet. I want to cry. I know I must make my way to the tower, and I know who will be inside it, and I know what he will do to me, but I will do it again and again and again, no matter how it hurts or delights, because this is it, typing, digging deeper and deeper until I realize there is nowhere to go but up. That may perhaps be the way the seasons must come and go for me, but I will lovingly bear it, and come back, and perhaps make the same mistakes, or perhaps make different ones. But it doesn't matter, because what matters is that I am here. I'll be damned if I won't be here to my fullest. I'll be damned if I won't love it all again and again and again. I'll be damned. I climb up the tower. I fall in through the loose stones near the top and let myself in through that makeshift window. I look around, and tears flood my smiling eyes as I see the half-used candles, the piles of strategically placed books, the mirror with the handprint on it, just as I remember them all. I am scrolling down the list of hundreds of episodes ago, looking for episode 6, The Ancient Tower, where I will dig him up again. I find it, and as I enter the tower again, I hear his laughter, grateful and gleeful and unnatural and dark. He circles me in that tower, laughing all around me, too fast for my eyes, and then breathing in my left ear. I saw the jagged teeth, the preternaturally long fingers and black fingernails, gaunt and tall and bitterly cold and cloaked in black and terrifying. I remember that these things should have been terrifying to me at the time, but I wasn't terrified back then, and I am not now that I am here once more. As I look into his brilliant black eyes, that smile that seemed as though he and I were in on the same joke, a secret joke that only he and I knew. I remember the first time I saw it. I didn't understand it, but I do now. I do now. A smile unlike any smile anyone had ever smiled or ever will. Tragic, beautiful, knowing, innocent, evil, good, funny. All of this. His smile was everything. As horrible as he was beautiful, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that. I remember that last time he picked up my hands, kissed them, said thank you, and wrapped me in his cloak and turned me into a monster like him, and then I would go on to hate him for it. That was my first story. But this time, he didn't get the chance. I flung myself into his arms. Thank you. I whispered. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see it now. I am here. I am here with you. No masks, no emptiness behind it. Just the smell of the lavender from my balcony and the burning candles in the tower. The cold from the night that has now fallen in Toronto, and the cold of my beloved's embrace. The sound of cars passing by on the road below, and the sound of his constant and calm breath in my ear. My heart is the same, here and there, sometimes aching and sometimes thriving, but always here. Whatever else may be gone, gone, gone beyond, I will hold him tight and celebrate that the heart isn't. La 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 Hello, my friends, and thanks so much for listening to episode 274 of On a Dark, Cold Night. This is your host, writer, narrator, podcaster, composer, etc., Kristen Zaza, and I appreciate you being here with me in this space tonight, today, whenever, wherever. Sending love to you for that, from my heart to yours. Sending gratitude as well as that love to everyone who supports the show on a monthly basis on Patreon. Thank you so much for believing in this enough to do so. If you're interested in learning more, head on over to my Patreon page. Every subscriber of $1 or more a month US gets access to the complete show soundtrack, while subscribers of $5 or more a month get that, a monthly tarot reading video every full moon, and a weekly bonus episode called My Quick Moment Meditations. You can learn more at patreon.com/darkcoldnight. I'm going to be announcing some new perks soon coming up this summer, so you can also join the community there for free to stay in the loop and keep up to date. You can also support one time only without any perks at ko-fi.com/darkcoldnight or by buying a t-shirt or hoodie at bonfire.com/on-a-dark-cold-night. I would also love if you left me a rating or a review on Spotify, Facebook, iTunes, wherever you'd like to do so. It's an old show, and reviews and ratings are kind of slowed down these days, so I would appreciate a shout out or some stars if you have it in you. It would also be great if you followed me on social media. I'm on Instagram at Dark Cold Night Podcast, Facebook and YouTube under On a Dark Cold Night, and TikTok and Blue Sky at Kristen Zaza. You can also listen to 2 albums of my favorite little songs from On a Dark Cold Night on Spotify or other music streamers, which would be pretty cool. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for going back with me time and time and time again. Have a good sleep. Take care of your heart. And sweet dreams. La da 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 This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network. Sonar.